Hey, check out this Craigslist posting. This says they're selling 250,000 records and it's right down the road from us.
Oh God, let's go! I wonder where it is. I think I'll turn left. Garage sale.
Wow, that's so crazy because our other dog is a boy on a Darth Vader outfit.
That's just pretty good. I've never seen this before. Have you ever seen this?
No.
That's the first time I've ever seen this album. What a bunch of crap. Some of the worst stuff I've ever seen. Wolfpack.
Wow.
Sounds like a bunch of wankers to me. That's a weird Nirvana cover. How strange. Whatever, man.
I haven't seen a single Journey record. Whoa.
I wouldn't pay $1 for that. Whoa.
That's a score right there.
So it turns out we didn't actually find that LP record set at a yard sale. We were just totally pulling that one out of our ass. We kind of encountered it as a result of our good friends at Atlantic Records, a subsidiary called
Big Beat.
Big Beat. Mr. Abood. Thank you, Mr. Abood. I know I'm butchering your name. We already had a copy. I'm looking forward to reviewing this copy. It's going to be awesome, I hope. Not only did we get the 8 album vinyl box set, but we got the Blu-ray of the entire Kraftwerk catalog. We have not yet listened to it. This is our opportunity to...
I'm looking forward to it because I get to wear the cool shades.
Oh yeah. Luckily we've got a 3D compatible Blu-ray player and a 3D compatible television.
Do these work with it?
I was wondering.
I don't know. Here, what do you say? Do they look any different? I mean, they're like way stylish, photogenic, but I don't know if they do anything different. They might just be the same thing. You might be able to use your paper concert glasses.
Now there's a thought.
Wouldn't that be cool? They don't look really any different.
I thought that the way that 3D televisions work with the glasses is that they had LCD shutters that blinked so that you would see every other frame depending on which eye.
The lenses sure look like the same lenses when you look through the paper ones and you look through the TV ones.
All right. Man, we are technological neophytes when it comes to 3D television.
You can say that again.
I mean,
this will be the proverbial cherry with 3D TV.
I can't wait.
Me neither.
So these are interesting. These were the actual 3D glasses from the Kraftwerk show in Düsseldorf, which we went to, I guess, about a month ago now.
Huh?
July
1st.
1st.
So, yeah, just about a month ago.
It kicked off the Tour de France. Thus, they called it the Tour de France show.
Yeah.
And Kraftwerk do not often play in their home city, which is very unusual for them. And we thought, well...
It was quite special. It was an outdoor venue. The weather cleared up just before they came on stage. It was great.
A lot of things lined up to make it possible. But mostly it was the realization when we heard about the concert that seeing Kraftwerk play in their own hometown would be a very special thing and that we absolutely had to do it.
Yeah.
And then what happened?
Well, what happened was we tried to get tickets and they were instantly sold out. So we were just like, oh, well, we're not going to go. And then we got a message from our pal Jan Beefles who said, hey, got you guys tickets, don't need to worry about that. And we said, oh, well, clearly we have to go. And so
right,
we
he got us the
immediately
tickets
booked
without us
airfare and
asking or
hotel.
anything.
Yeah, he'd already had them arranged.
I think the Germans might actually be nicer than Canadians. And that's, it's a long shot saying that. And but from what I've seen so far, they've got Canada's ass kicked.
Yeah, Jan was great. He didn't even tell us that he'd got him. He's like, oh, I already got you guys covered. Mm-hmm. Wow, okay.
So we went from we were going to go to we were not going to go to we were absolutely definitely going.
Go. Yeah.
Thanks to Jan.
Yeah.
So we went, and a lot of interesting things happened. Mm-hmm. We were part of a press junket. I got credentials through Electronic Beats magazine and a story that I'm currently working on about the trip. And we met Wolfgang Flür, of all people.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
He was the guy in Kraftwerk that played the washboard and the harmonica. Right?
Washboard.
And he was really, really good at that.
Stop.
What did he play on?
I don't know. They didn't have names.
I'm totally
I would say
spacing on
drums, but that would be like cavemanning it down. They're not electronic, synthetic drum, prehistoric drum machines.
Right, yeah.
Before there were such things, before there were such terms, nobody knew what to really call them.
Right, he actually
brass rods with electrodes.
He crafted his own electronic drum machine.
Yeah.
Using some pre-existing parts, but he was the first guy, apparently ever, to come up with the idea or the concept of electronic drum pads that could be played electronically.
A little wire attached to the brass rod.
Yeah, he would just create a circuit and then trigger the sound, and it went on from there. So he was like one of the first guys, or the first guy. Apparently,
it's contentious.
It's yeah.
To put it nicely.
It's contentious, but he
That's
did,
another story.
He did a great job, and we're not here to talk about that. Sour grapes are sour grapes, and we're here to talk about great music.
Yes.
Which is certainly a topic that's more near and dear to a lot of people.
Yeah.
So the box set is a bunch of money, and the question is it worth going out and buying it?
Well, we're definitely going to break it open and give it a spin, give it a look-see, and provide our 2 cents.
All right, we're going to start with the LP box set first.
And this episode is brought to you by Killepitsch, which I'm sure I'm butchering that name. It's kind of like the German version of Frennet Blanca. A little bit like vanilla extract, 42% alcohol. A favorite of Wolfgang Flür by after dinner, aperitif. No, that's the wrong word. What's the post-dinner?
Post-dinner?
Digestive.
It's a digestive, exactly. Yes, this is...
Naturally, I had to bring this back home with me.
This is absolutely...
powerful stuff.
Wolfgang was knocking these bottles back and having quite a big smile on his face. And it's made in Düsseldorf.
Yeah.
It's also called Krauterlikör? Kraut? This can't be right.
That's what it says. K-R-A-U-T.
It literally says Krauter...
Liquor.
I don't know if you can read that. Krauterlikör. Okay. Well, more power to them.
Yeah. Now you can proceed with opening.
I have to give them credit for truth in advertising.
Yes.
All right. So when a person opens up a shrink-wrapped thing for LPs and there's this little sticker on it, do you know what that little sticker is called?
Badge? I don't know.
If you're a fanatical record collector,
I don't know.
you It's
You
like
cut it out and you stick it inside.
this
and then
little
you never
thing.
see it again. It's
That's
supposed
right.
to, I don't know, make the thing more valuable, like it matters. I don't think it matters once you open it up. Nobody cares if it's got the sticky badge from the sleeve. They only care if the poster's still there or if the booklet's still there. I don't think people would like pay less for a used copy of something because it didn't have the factory badge.
Yeah, we recently bought something where the guy made a big deal about including the badge with it, and I totally didn't care. But anyway, we're going to save the badge on this one just in case there's some record collecting fanatic in the year 2075 that's thumbing through a bin of slightly funny smelling records now that they've become hip and trendy all over again, and encounters this. Actually, there's no point in pulling all of the shrink. What am I saying? I'm just being weird.
Yeah.
I'm going to pull all the shrink wrap
It's
off.
just shrink wrap, man.
Well, actually, the records are going to slide right the hell out.
Yeah.
Oh man. Okay. So
Ooh.
that's far out, man.
What's inside? Anything?
I think that's all.
No, it's just lined in red. That's pretty cool that the whole thing is red inside.
On top,
Digital download code.
a
Don't turn it around. Somebody will take our code.
digital download code. Visit the website below and enter the code on this card to download a digital copy of Kraftwerk 3D, the catalog. Please note this code can only be redeemed once
See?
and will
And
expire.
will expire
Oh crap!
January 6, 2018.
Oh.
Snap.
Luckily, we have like half a year before we have to worry about that. It's a handsome group of guys there. All right, so let's. This is arranged chronologically.
Ooh, look at that.
You want to guess as to what album this is?
Well, it's red, white, and blue, so it's got to be Tour de France. And I can see the spine.
Why, it most certainly is.
Please tell me it's like blue vinyl.
Let's find out. I have my doubts.
Whoa, sleeve in a sleeve. Aww.
That's the.
Black, limited edition
It's
black
limited
vinyl.
edition black. I don't think I've ever seen a black record before. Being the final release in the series, Aerodynamic, Vitamin, La Forme.
It's actually got an 8 on it, so it's technically the last one in this box set. Right?
Yeah.
We're starting Japanese style.
Apparently, I don't understand how chronology works.
We're going backwards. It's okay.
It does contain all the more recent releases by the band, all the most recent original compositions that
I
they
sure
put
like
out.
that red on blue. Whoa. Does it do the thing?
Yeah, it does.
Cool.
All right. So,
Look, they're wearing Devo hats in this
yes, they are.
one. They are.
All right, let's check this
Tell
one.
me they're not.
You open that one up.
Okay, this one. See, Devo hats. This one has got 2 in it, and it has a number 7 on it. Disc 1 and Disc 2 of the mix. But they're both 7, but on the back they say Disc 1 and Disc 2. And they smell good.
Let me see if this works.
Does this work?
Oh my god, it does! I mean, I picked up these red and blue glasses just out of curiosity, but... Oh wow. Oh my, oh my.
You're funny.
Alright, I'm glad I picked those up now.
You're funny. Well, they're just cool besides that.
They're
So let's see here.
coolest
Disc
ever
1 and
ever.
Disc 2. More limited edition black vinyl. The mix. Oh, I get it. Look, this one's number 7. See how it's in the white box on the record?
right. So they've highlighted it with white.
Mm. They didn't think I was going to notice that.
So there's 2 slabs of vinyl
Yep.
in one
Disc 1 and
sleeve.
Disc 2. It's the mix. It was a double album, right?
Right.
Well, there you
yeah.
go. It's still a double
So
album.
you get the mix.
They still wear their little Devo hats. I like this one. With the other. Keep going. This is number 6.
All right. Ah,
Yes.
So there was some dissent among the band, as far as I can tell, about what to actually call this album when it first came out. If they should call it Electric Cafe, which is what they called it, or should they call it Technopop, which is what they did not call it.
This is called Technopop.
Right, they've changed their minds over the years, and now they call it Technopop. And I suppose there are vinyl collectors out there that are so weird about their vinyl that they would be handling these records with white gloves on. And I'm almost feeling that weird, deep-seated need, because it's
matte covers.
It's got a matte cover, and these are going to pick up fingerprints like crazy.
You only live once.
You only live once. I don't want to leave big, gnarly fingerprints all over these.
We don't have hand lotion on. It'll be fine. It won't be gnarly fingerprints. It will be our fingersprint's.
When that guy is digging through the bin in the year
He'll be
2074,
fingerprints or no fingerprints.
he's going to be like, you know, I was going to get this.
If
but
only
it's
those
got
ugly
fingerprints.
humans hadn't touched them. Those ugly, gnarly. I like that the inside of the sleeve is the same color as the outside of the sleeve. Have you noticed that? Look.
Oh, I had not noticed that. That is a really nice touch.
That's a thing that you don't usually see. Typically they'd be white on the inside. The same thing goes for the Tour de France. It's blue on the inside too. That's cool. I really like the yellow outline on the green.
Now I'm not denigrating their choice of cohesive graphics for each one, but they're really, really simplistic. And
just stripped down to the colors of the album, representative colors, because even that's green and yellow. It doesn't quite pop like this does, but it's still green and yellow.
The original releases are so iconic, though. They're so enjoyable.
But there's people on them.
There's people on them. Yeah, you're right.
These are graphics.
Kraftwerk have done a very good job of almost eliminating all human elements.
Yes, sir. Down to colors and representative shapes.
I don't know how I feel about that. Like early Kraftwerk, Rolf and Florian is one of my favorite records, and I think that it's got a very strong human element to it, but Trans Europe Express is the one that seems to have like the most romanticism. It seems to make references to bygone eras. It points more backwards to a more beautiful and staid time than it does to a glitzy, glamorous electronic future.
Sure.
And I've always liked that about it. But Kraftwerk, as of late, seem to be much more about there being almost no humanity to be seen. I'm just glad they haven't replaced themselves on stage with computers. They keep threatening to do that. I don't want them to do that. I think there'd be a riot if they did.
I don't know that everybody would care. Some people would not care. So this is number 4. Clearly this is Man Machine because it's red, white, and black. Red, white, and black. Number 4, right there in the middle. Red, white, and black. But the shapes behind the podiums remain the same, regardless of the album cover. It's just the color that's different. So again, breaking it down to the most simplistic red, white, and black in shapes.
Of course, I love this cover.
Yeah.
And I think any true Kraftwerk fans has a love affair with the cover.
It's white inside.
Nice.
But red inside the sleeve. White inside the vinyl sleeve, but red inside the sleeve. Still smells good.
Ah, this is black on black.
Ooh.
The inside of the sleeve is black. Absolutely gorgeous.
So this is the Trans Europe Express done with a silver outline on the people. White people, silver outline. So again, black, gray, which is evocative of the second iteration of the Trans Europe Express with the train, the TE train. Because the original cover of Trans Europe Express has the lovely colorized portraiture of the full group at the time. It was the original Trans Europe Express. Gorgeous. Gorgeous work.
And what a gorgeous group of guys. That was a portrait that they sat for in Paris at great expense.
One person at a time, and then everybody was edited into the photo so that nobody's head was larger or smaller than anyone else's, and everybody's personality shines out because they were not sat as a group, they were sat individually. It's fascinating.
Yeah, and it stresses the unique qualities of each of the band members. There is, I think, some sadness among people that really loved Kraftwerk of the 1970s or early 80s that Wolfgang and Carl departed and Ralph and Florian continued on. But at least back then, they appeared very cohesive. They had sort of a communal element to them. They seemed very much in lockstep with one another. We're running out of albums.
Black, white, and yellow.
I would not have expected Radioactivity to get this color scheme, but
Really?
it did.
What's the original?
The original.
Yeah.
Well, it really depends on what era you're talking about.
Yeah,
But the
it's
very
redone a couple of times.
the very original was simply a Geiger counter.
So it's yellow, kind of.
Yeah.
But I don't think they wanted to do the fluorescent yellow again because these are like primary colors. There's no fluorescence in here. These are primary, probably Pantone standard colors. The yellow on Radioactivity is the same yellow on Computer World, so they weren't going to go with this fluorescent. They went with the solid, like a standard yellow, rather than the fluorescent yellow of the original, which looks like green by comparison to the yellow of the sleeve.
They were probably going after the color scheme of these stickers that were included with the original record. They're a great looking group of guys. What a great record. My second favorite. And lastly, and most obviously, was with the Autobahn.
White, black, and blue, which is the street, the street sign symbolism of Autobahn.
Fascinating. The same track ordering as well. So this exactly mimics the original layout, track-wise, of the original albums. So that represents the 8 LPs in here. For some reason I thought it was a 9-album vinyl box set and an 8 CD box set, but it's 8. What makes the 3D Blu-ray special is the fact that it comes with a booklet, I've heard, but I have not seen the booklet. I'm pretty excited about it. The audio for the records was mastered, as far as I can tell, or from what I've read, binaurally, and I'll get back to you on that later to verify that it's true. To record something binaurally is to set up a dummy head, a human-shaped dummy head with microphones in place of each of the ears. And when you listen to the recording back with headphones, it gives you that exact same headspace as if you were sitting there where the dummy head was, and you're hearing everything with the psychoacoustics of human hearing. And that's really cool. The Blu-rays, however, are of course done in Dolby, I believe 7.1 Atmos, which gives you not only all the surround speakers, but the sound from above you as well. We don't have an Atmos compatible sound system, but we do have a good sound system, so I'll at least be able to give you a good idea of how worthwhile it is if you have a good home theater setup. Okay, holy smokes.
Whoa, look at that.
So,
That's quite a booklet. I wouldn't call that a booklet.
good
I would
grief.
call that a coffee table book. So. This red and black, it's like almost hurting my eyes because it's so stark.
And how many discs are in there?
Let's see here. 4. 4 plus a booklet.
A booklet.
A booklet.
This is lovingly printed. I don't know what this printing technique is called, but I've got to give them credit. They did a great job. Huh. Hey, it's where we got married. For anybody not aware, if you go on your computer and you type in a search query of Kraftwerk wedding, you will see our wedding.
Yes, it's a fact.
It's a fact.
It's a fact.
I dare you to do it. If you've made it this far in the video, you're probably curious enough to actually type in Kraftwerk wedding and see what the hell it is I'm talking about. I'm not entirely a madman. The assertion was made by various people that we are the world's biggest Kraftwerk fans. And I would like to put that theory to rest.
Yeah, 'cause it's just not true.
We both had the pleasure of meeting, while we were in Düsseldorf, a very interesting guy who has seen Kraftwerk play
73 times now?
107. He's seen Kraftwerk play 173 times. That's
a record that nobody will beat.
yeah, that's a career.
Yeah.
That's like a vocation.
Yeah.
If you put that much time into doing something, you ought to
get the trophy.
You should have an MD after your name and be able to do like proctology or something, because
He's got that book for Kraftwerk shows.
yes, he is Kraftwerk MD. So there's that guy. Definitely one of the world's biggest fans. I don't know, maybe he's got a mannequin in his living room or something.
Well, we only have a mannequin because we needed some place to put the uniform after the wedding.
Yeah, the mannequin, that's just totally an accident.
Yeah.
Yeah, we totally...
It didn't happen before. It's like once we had the best mannequin at the wedding, it's like, oh, we need a mannequin for the living room.
Yes. The best mannequin really was the best mannequin.
It was. So we had to get another mannequin. I mean, he's wearing the hat and the glasses, and he's got our tie on and the jazzy watch.
Yeah, the dude's...
And he scares away burglars, so it's good.
Very, very fashionable.
Scares our friends, too. They're over, they're like, oh, all the time. Oh, the guy in the living room. Oh.
And then there's that other fan. The other fan that reached out to me on social media, Faceballs, I think everybody calls it, and let me know that I am not the world's biggest Kraftwerk fan.
We never said we were. You never said you were.
I never said I was.
You were.
Yeah, I mean, I really like them a lot. I've always liked them. I've liked them ever since I was a little kid, and it seemed like the voice of sanity in a world of lame, boring music. But I've never liked a band so much that I reached out to other
people and
fans
their mind.
And said, yeah, I never have said I'm a bigger fan than you are. So I think the criteria for being the world's biggest fan is when you reach out to other people and tell them that you're the world's biggest fan. And I give this person credit. They are.
You can have it. You can have the trophy.
They're the world's biggest fan. But we really like them a lot.
Yeah.
We really do.
Yeah.
And that whole like man changed his name to Kraftwerk thing, I didn't come across that by accident. It was just a thing that happens when you really like a band a lot, and then you wake up one morning and suddenly your Florida man changed his name to Kraftwerk. Or whatever. Anyway, this box set is awesome.
Yeah, this is gorgeous.
If you buy the Blu-ray box set, you get one of the best crafted books I've ever seen on any subject.
Random page. And do that.
It's just stellar.
Yeah.
There's even pictures of Düsseldorf in there.
There are. Don't ask me to find it now, but there are. Like, whoa. It's just gorgeous.
So we're going to check back in later. We're going to comment on the fidelity of the records, how strange it is that they've managed to record them binaurally without crowd noise, and we will talk about the 3D encoding of the Blu-rays, and we'll see you then. It should be awesome.
Thanks.
Goodbye.